Okay. Buddha baby, welcome or welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about my journal ecosystem. I have a lot of journals that I use, but I'm going to show you my main ones. First of all, we have this one. I really like the design on this, like the ocean things. I can't talk today. First journal is this one. I really like all the shells and the crabs and everything on it because I think it's cute. And this journal, I basically just write whatever on my mind. So if I have some thoughts or I'm overthinking, it goes in here. So usually journal in this in the morning or before bed. Really helps me clear my mind. It's really nice and really fun to look back, like the pages at the start and see the difference from then and now. So I really like this one. I recommend having a book where just like everything on your mind, put it down on paper because it really helps. I don't know if it qualifies as a journal, but it is a book that you can write and draw in. That is my sketchbook, and then stickers on the back. I haven't gotten that far in it yet. I think my favorite drawings are these. I have the gods and the goddesses, and then yeah. And sketchbook. Bring this one everywhere. Draw when I can. Love drawing, it's fun. It doesn't even have to be good drawings, unless you want to be some drawing professional, but just draw for the fun of it. You can draw a random person. I do that all the time. I draw people like a rough sketch out of their pose so I can practice, because gesture drawing
Oh, look who controls all the islands. It's the Mahajapit, Majahapit, Mapajahit, Mahapajit, Mapajahit, Majapahit.
is difficult, and sometimes it is more fun to have live people to look at and draw instead of the pictures on Pinterest. So yeah, you can also just draw whatever. So that is really fun. I don't know if it qualifies as a journal, but you can also just look at my cup. Isn't it pretty? There's a palm tree inside. Love it. It's really cute. Next we have my Japanese journal diary thing, because since I study Japanese, I like to write it down, like what happened, like everything I can. Of course I can't, I'm not fluent, I'm not yet, but I write, like I have little cheat sheets if I can find it, or else I lost it. But I write like the weather, what I did today. And where do I write? Oh wait, the cheat sheet is here, I think. That was not the cheat sheet. There's also a really difficult word I don't like. Yeah, anyways, I write like here. I just write like about the weather and my day, and maybe I even add in a sentence from something I read and analyze the sentence so I can get better. But I really recommend, if you're learning a language, get a book or a journal. That's just an excuse to buy another journal. But get a journal and then you write down anything. It can even be made up sentences. So you just like can practice, so your brain gets used to the grammar pattern and the words, and just write. That's how you get good. You just write and you immerse. Of course you have to study a bit, but like sometimes it's okay to be lazy. Anyways, that is my Japanese journal. I really like it. It is cute. It has small I don't know if it's oranges or apples. I think it's oranges. I don't know. Let me know what you think. They're like some vermilion. If you know colors, you know what I mean. Next up, this is probably one of my favorite journals, and that is my everything journal, where perfectionism is nowhere to be seen. Because, like this journal, you know the kind of journal you like, you add pages and then you regret. I can't talk. I don't like English. Kind of journals you write a bit in and then you regret it and then you rip out the pages and then same thing happens over and over and over again. And this was one of those journals until I just like, you know what? Let's just make this an everything journal and put everything in here. So I have everything from lists to kanji to my Christmas spread, which I'm really proud of. And I have my in and outs, like random things I find on Pinterest, which I think are interesting. I have my library books I've read this year. No phone activities. That was the wrong page. My apologies. And all these specific things I like. And whenever I finish watching an anime I really like, I make a cute page, like I decorate it like this. It's Hunter x Hunter, and I write about what I think about the anime, how it made me feel, if I would watch it again. I have the same for Haikyuu. If you know me, you know I love Haikyuu with all of my heart as much as I love volleyball. I have my own Haikyuu page here. I really like it, which I wrote about how Haikyuu made me see volleyball, because I didn't know volleyball existed before I saw Haikyuu, which in like 6th grade, I think, 4th grade. I don't know, but I didn't know volleyball existed, and then I figured out it existed, and I played non-stop. Like you can imagine Hinata when he started playing volleyball. That was me. And now I play volleyball like on a team again. I have played for a while and I just love it every single time. I can be dead tired, but if you ask me, do you want to play volleyball? I always have energy. So anyways, this one, everything goes in here. It's really nice to just make anything. There are of course pages I don't like in here, but the thing is, it's an everything journal. So if I decide that, okay, I actually hate this page, I can just draw over it. I can glue a piece of paper on top of it and make a new page until I like it. That's kind of what I do in my sketchbooks. If I see a drawing, I started doing this recently though, but like if I see a drawing and I think, what the fuck did I think when I drew this? Then I will draw over it or paint over it. I don't remember which journal I did that in, but I did it. And you can do that with a single journal until you love all the pages. So you kind of have like infinity of journaling. And the journal becomes super thick. This one I'm just halfway through and it's thick. I love a thick journal. Next up, we have my herb journal. This one was also one of those journals I wrote in. I was like, I regret this. And just so beautiful. I was like, okay, what should I use this for? I first thought about using it for poetry, and then it became my diary, and now it is my herb journal. So I have like the herb written down and drew it, of course. How to draw it, and I write down the spiritual meaning of it, what it does, and what it does in, for example, tea, because I like making tea. I also have orange tea, which I make out of orange peels. Tastes really good. Also, if you make it, add some honey. Tastes extra better. Taste, is that a sentence? It tastes better with honey. Okay, that's my point. You can also make apple and ginger tea if you're sick, or just if you want apple and ginger tea. I really like that tea. It's really good. Also, tip, if you're sick or if you just want honey in your tea, please, for the love of the gods, wait until the tea is cold enough to drink and then put in the honey. Because if you put in the honey before, like while it's still boiling hot, you will lose all the benefits of the honey. That's just how it is. Next up, we have my recipe journal with recipes, obviously. So I decorate my recipes. I really like colors, so I have these, and then on the top I write family favorite if it is a family favorite. So, for example, the cheese cream cheese, whatever it is, cheese cake. Yes, it is family favorite. Also, the brownie cookies I make sometimes, really good. And I also have some recipes that is just in a cup or a single serving for the days I don't want to make a whole batch. For example, I have cookie in a cup, mud cake in a cup, I have apple cake in a cup, and I also, oh, that's something. I also have a recipe for only 2 cinnamon buns, which is really nice. This recipe, it's lovely. So I really like decorating my recipes, even though my decorating doesn't make any sense because it's just like squiggles and circles and everything, but I like it. I prefer to look at a recipe on a piece of paper and follow it rather than my phone, because first off, it is just better. Second off, your phone doesn't get dirty because you probably have like flour and dough and butter and whatever not on your fingers. So like going on the phone, like whole phone gets dirty. Anyways, that's my recipe journal. And here, let me see. Yeah. Here we have my habit journal. Of course, my habit tracker, my habits. This this layout of the habits I have now, I got from someone in Nightfall's guild thingy. So thank you for that. I really like this layout because it's for each week. So we have my habits. I lied. We have my habits, and then if I did them, the days of the week, and then a daily challenge or a daily quest. Because saying to-do list sucks. Saying today's quest makes me want to do them. So here's a little close-up. So we have the days of the week. I write them in Japanese because I have to get better. And then if I did a certain thing, and then what the thing is, and the minimum amount of effort I have to put in certain thing. Because sometimes you think like, oh, this is gonna take hours and hours. But if you say this is gonna take 5 minutes, it'll take 5 minutes. Of course, depending on the thing, but you get what I mean. Mindset, yeah. And then we have the daily quests, and I added this one if I had completed it because it looks cleaner. Then I have the dates, a little star because decoration, and then the quest. So, for example, today I have writing a letter to my future self because I'm going to start a challenge for 6 months. I'm going to write a letter every month and for 6 months and see how I improve because I have a set of goals. So I'm gonna hopefully get at least one of them, or else I'll be a little disappointed. And for my last journal, the moment you all been waiting for is This journal isn't as pretty as all of the other ones, but it is my knowledge journal. And for the past 2 weeks, this is week 3, me and my friend have this education challenge where we every week study one topic, one different topic each, and then at the end of the week we educate each other on that topic. So first week I had Hellenic polytheism, and then I had about Marie Curie, and this week I am still a bit unsure, even though it's like almost the end of the week when I'm filming this, but I started like briefly on the history of tarot cards. So I also have a list on things to research, because it is fun researching things and it's fun just knowing a lot of random stuff. Don't know what to say to a person, random facts, random whatever. It is so fun. So my first week was I wrote about the 8 pillars of Hellenic polytheism, about the spiritual dirtiness, hubris, miasma, and lima, and how to cleanse yourself from it. And I wrote about Hera, because I am so sorry I said the wrong name. I wrote about Hestia because she's often overlooked. She shouldn't be overlooked. You should always pray to her first, or give her offerings if you are a Hellenic polytheist. And then I wrote about Marie Curie. I found it difficult to find information about Marie Curie because everything was just the same information, and it was a little difficult. And I also found some information in my own language, but I like to study in English. It's just easier to read. So I have that, and I haven't really written anything else since that, but I do watch. Next week I think I'm gonna study the anatomy of a whale, or cuttlefish. Like, I saw a documentary about like the ocean, and it was so cool. We saw like fish. I saw with my mom, and it was like fish that started dancing, like they're kind of. This is the fish. This is their hair, and it goes like up like this to attract a female. And it was really funny to watch. And the cuttlefish was like, it changes color based on its mood. And it's just so fascinating because it's like, I think it was something in their brain was connected to something in their skin, which made their skin change color based on how they feel. I can put a picture in here up there, but it was just so interesting. And because they want to attract a female, this particular fish had to show like one side of him being angry, like he split himself in half. Kinda, he didn't split himself in half, but like the colors. So one side was like angry towards the other males to like warn them off, like, this is my lady. And then the other side showed calm, so the lady wouldn't be, or the female wouldn't be scared, or like, no, I don't like you, and then swim off. Isn't that cool? Like, imagine being able to like split yourself in colors. What? That is amazing. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully found some ideas to what you can use your journal to. If you maybe have a lot of empty journals because you like collecting journals, which I do too. I love collecting journals. They're just so pretty. Also, I really hope that I don't know what I'm gonna say. I also have this tiny one. This one. It's really tiny. Perfect in the pocket. I write observations in this, or random facts I like find on the go. Or like just, it has become a little random book I just bring with me. And yeah, and then I wrote a page about how to fix migraines, because I get migraines sometimes, and they're awful. It should not be legal. No, just no. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope you also subscribe, that would be nice. And I see you next time. So, goodbye.